I enjoy playing games. I enjoy games because they come with a set of rules. And when you understand the rules of the game and you understand the parameters, what you can do, what you can't do, it makes things very easy, right? You understand what needs to be done in order to score, or you understand how to make a legal tackle, or all those other tools of the game. You understand them. What I don't like is when we're playing a game, you're told the rules, you abide by those rules, then you see other people not playing by the rules or they're able to circumvent them and there's no penalty. And when you ask what's up, people don't even say anything. They just shrug and be like, "Oh, what? I didn't see him break the rules. I didn't say that." Um, you know, there have been radio programs I've submitted music to, and the feedback I get back is like, "Yeah, this is great, but there's a waiting list. You have to wait 3 months before we can put it on air. And also, you can't put the music out anywhere else. It has to debut with us." Okay, fine. 3 month waiting list, right? But then, in the midst of being told that, you see there's a back and forth between two artists, and one of them makes a diss track that they're able to debut the following day on the same radio program that you were told has a waiting list. Or you might see another bigger artist who puts out a song that he made over the weekend on the same program, and you're like, "Hey, wait a minute, I thought I was told there's a waiting list." If that's true, who does this list apply to? I'd be happier if you mentioned that, these are the rules, but when you make it to a certain size, when you achieve these metrics, maybe 10,000 followers or 100,000 followers, yeah, the rules don't necessarily apply. You can bend the rules. I am happier being told the tiers, right? Like, what are the tiers? Like, if I'm in this tier, these are the things I have to do, and this is what is afforded to me. Like, those subscription tiers, like if you get the Pro Max, you get more features. So that was what I would be happier with, knowing the rules of the game if they were clearly spelled out. But that's not always the case. People like to hoard information. By the way, for those of you who don't know, there are gatekeepers in whatever industry you're in. In music, the gatekeepers, the biggest gatekeepers are not going to be who you think. It's not like the radio people, it's not the promoters, the music labels. It's other artists. Other artists who have the information you need but won't tell you because they're scared of the advantage you may gain by knowing what they know. That is the biggest hurdle. Now, I've made a lot of mistakes, and to get where I am, it's been a journey, and I can't really say I would trade it because it took going through those things to get where I am today, and I'm very happy with who I am and who I'm becoming. So I don't know if I would say I wouldn't do the same things, because I don't know if I would end up in the same place. But that being said, with what I know today, what would I recommend? If I were an artist starting out in 2024, my main focus would be doing little live shows with me and my friends in a small venue. Whatever you can afford, with whatever equipment you can afford, do these little live events and build up a following from there. Like, even if it's just 20 people attending, 20 to 30 to 40 to 50, until you're eventually at like 100, 300 people, right? Just have these small events with people who can support you, like they're willing to do a little bit of work, maybe for free even. You'd have to build up a team. Like, if you can manage to find like-minded people who maybe they have skills in graphic design or skills in event management, if they're able to do those things for free initially, if you can get those type of people on your team, that would be a great benefit to you. So starting out like grassroots, doing little live shows to gain a following, I would post a lot of content online, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Post a lot of content. Content is king today. The way cash and capital was king in yesteryears, that's how people were able to get a competitive advantage over their competition by having more capital. Then it becomes having more knowledge. So if you have information, that is also capital. And today it's like having content. If you have content to show people, that is going to give you a great advantage over your competition. It gives you a competitive edge. So post as much content as you can that is beneficial to your audience. You have to be able to give them something of value, right? If you can do that, you're going to get a lot of leverage. You'll be able to leverage your position. So that is another recommendation I would make. When it comes to the radio shows, yeah, you submit music to them, but you have to go to them with leverage. So when you go initially, they're going to snub you unless you do the payola thing and you pay some people. And the problem with paying some of these people who say they'll get you on to the radio, even some of those radios DJs do this stuff where they say, hey, if you pay me this much, I can get your music onto this platform, that platform. The thing is, when you do that, or when you pay them, they might not necessarily deliver the results. So avoid doing that if you don't have the leverage yet. So build up your leverage by building up a following, building up your reputation, building up all this content. So you go to them with leverage. Then they're more likely to acquiesce, or they're more likely to agree to play your music and that sort of thing, put you on the platform. So once you have your built up audience from doing them live shows, from doing the content, then you can think about going to the various radio stations or TV stations. But understand that it's in your hands, right? You don't have to rely on these industry people. It's more or less on your own work ethic. You can make your own lane without having to go to the so-called gatekeepers. And the other thing is, I would invest in my art. I've done that already. Like, I have a studio, a home studio. I've built a home studio before. So when you make a little bit of money from your music, invest it back into your music career, whether that be building a studio for yourself, so that cuts the cost of going to someone else's studio and paying for the hourly recording fees. You end up saving a lot of money if you're a high volume producer. So if you're making songs like me every other week or so, I don't put out everything I make, but if you're working with high volumes like that, I would recommend investing in a home studio. Not only that, investing in the skills that you need to learn how to mix, master. It cuts the cost, especially in the beginning, because there isn't much money in making music. I would not spend much. Try to keep your costs as low as possible. So learn how to produce, mix, master, as I have. That's one of the ways I keep costs down. When it comes to artwork, I make my own artwork just using a few apps on my phone, whether it be like Photoshop, Canva, them type of apps. You use them to make your artwork. You don't really need to pay graphic designers. You can do this stuff once you have the money to do it. Once you don't quit your day jobs, because your day job is going to be what pays for your career. You put some money away, you save, and then you purchase them things when you're ready, right? But yeah, when it comes to the actual production of the music, so the writing, recording, mixing, mastering, the packaging. So the artwork and all that, I would say do that yourself and pay for your distribution. So like with DistroKid or whatever distribution or aggregator that you use, that'll be what you pay for. Plus, once you have the money, marketing, that's probably where the bulk of your spending should be, just in getting your music out there, like whether it be YouTube ads or Google ads, Facebook ads. I would say that's where I would invest some of my money, or the bulk of the spending on the money would go. I currently don't have the budget for that, but once I have savings, once again, I mean, it's probably where I'll put my money. And yeah, that would be my advice to any artist that's coming up now. You know, let me know if this has been useful to you as an artist, and to anybody else who's in the music industry or whatever industry you might be in. Yeah, I didn't want to chop this video up too much, so it might just be a stream of consciousness type thing. So there's not going to be any edits in this one. My arm is a little bit tired because I've been holding the camera up this whole time. But anyway, yeah, man. Like if you like, and subscribe to the channel. We're at we're at 900 something. We're getting to 1,000 pretty soon. So yeah, man. Apologies for the late upload. I've been a bit sick, but it is what it is. Gotta stay healthy, and you know, get back to producing and get back to putting this content out. But yeah, man, peace. Thanks for joining me.
Each penny for our thoughts compounded when we recorded them. Now we can afford what we used to see as exorbitant. Winners attract, we dismiss the fees that had orbited. Never switch sides, the grass is greener where you water it. I saddle up and travel to get a buck. You cry at the price of gas, I laugh and I rev it up. My chick is stunning, so you know I leveled up. And I keep her stunting with that Tuscan leather clutch. What? Baby, I'm the captain with this magic I produce. All these haters capping, acting like I'm not the truth. I'm that war reporter, switch like Superman up in the booth. I could waterboard them all with these gallons of the juice. And I shoot when my new aim is. I'm scooping that new range, cause the coop's looking too basic. Estates with a few acres. Life is what you make it. The game's in a chokehold for blue faces. 100 on the dash, hunting for the cash. Running up a bag, stack it up and make it last. And my honey bad, looking like a fashion ad. I come through equipped, all this drip will make a splash.